continues to the Final Four in the Stroh Center, a place where they've spent the last 2 games sitting on the home bench, and that's where they will be today, but sitting on that other bench. The #1 team in all the land in Division 6, the Marion Local Flyers. Yes, the football power is back here in the Final Four for basketball, and they are pretty darn good as well. This is the Division 6 State Semifinal. Marion Local, Colonel Crawford. It's coming your way, the special presentation on the OH Report on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have with pregame coming your way next.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Buzzer beaters, underdogs, and upsets. We capture every unforgettable moment on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change, yeah, it's time to break.
We welcome you inside the Burkhart Farm Center pregame show for this, the Division 6 State Semifinals on the boys' side between number 11 Colonel Crawford and number 1 Marion Local. A very monumental day for the folks in North Robinson, Ohio. Hello everybody, my name is Travis Berardi alongside Lynn Passett. And Lynn, such a big game for the Colonel Crawford Eagles. Never in their history have they been to this point, and they've got a very good squad that's brought them here.
Kind of like the little train that finally could. They've been so close, and now they have finally gotten to the top of the hill. But this isn't their final destination that they want. Head coach Dave Sheldon has said repeatedly, we didn't come here to just get here.
Yep.
We want to go farther. We want to make history in another way, and that's the only thing standing between them and a state championship performance are the Marion Local Flyers, and this team is good. So this ball game right here should be a full 32-minute contest.
And speaking of those Marion Local Flyers, let's take a look at their team spotlight. They will be the visitors on the scoreboard and in the stands today. but they are the number 1 team in all the land, 25-2, 9-1, number 2 in the MAC, and we know the MAC,
yeah.
Up and down. It's pretty good basketball there. They're first regional championship since 2018. Oh, they knocked off Africentric for a D4 championship that year. This year, scoring 56 points per game, giving up only 41. Defense may be another battle between these two teams, and if you look at their shooting percentages, pretty darn good. 60% from 2, 34 from 3, and 61% from the line.
Well, head coach Kurt Guttemiller has been there for almost 10 or 12 years, and he is a very, very good coach. He's had this program on a really good high run, and they are led by Austin Niekamp, 1,000-point scorer, and he averages 18.2 per contest. So he is the main focus of this Colonel Crawford defense, because it all starts with Austin Niekamp, number 23, the 6'8 senior.
18 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and the kid's return to sender 26 times. He has 26 blocks. First team all Northwest District in Division 6. As you take a look at his stats, brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center, and there he is. He is a tall glass of water, as some people would say. The kid can shoot inside and out. He's going to go to play basketball at Malone.
Well, he's not just an inside threat. He'll step out and hit the 3 as well. He is a very good athlete. All you have to do is watch him for about 1 minute, and you can say to yourself, he's an athlete. So he is going to be a real problem for this Colonel Crawford team, because they don't have the size other than Payne DeGray at 6'5", who is 3 inches shorter than Niekamp, who's going to be able to even try to defend him.
Marion Local, a bunch of football players, but you know what? Colonel Crawford is a physical team too, because they are a bunch of football players that can shoot the ball through the round hoop as well. As we take a look at their players' team spotlight, first regional championship in program history, but like you said in the open, David Sheldon not content just making it here. He wants to get to Dayton next Saturday at 2 o'clock. They've held their last 3 opponents to season lows in scoring, and they were 2, held them to their lowest scores of the season as well.
And what I really like about this Colonel Crawford team offensively is the fact that they have 3 players in double figures. Payne DeGray at 15, John DeGray with 10 a game, and Braden Holt leading the bunch with 18 points a ball game. The one thing that I guess is kind of a bugaboo is their free throw shooting is not that good for a team that has made it to a state semifinal.
They like to get it. They like to score the basketball underneath, but if you get the and one, they're going to have to do that well today. But one of the players that will be inside playing with the basketball is Payne DeGray, second team all Northwest District honoree, 15 points per game, 9 rebounds, and he has sent the ball back 36 times, 36 blocks for him. And did I mention he's just a junior?
And he's 6'5", and he's going to have the responsibility of trying to stop
along the baseline,
Austin
gets
Niekamp,
5,
as we mentioned. And the one thing I worry about is foul trouble. If he gets into foul trouble, they really don't have anyone who's going to be able to match up against Niekamp. So it's going to be very important that Payne DeGray stays out of foul trouble.
Now let's compare both players side by side and take a look at the tail of the tape between Mr. Niekamp and Mr. Payne DeGray. Brought to you again by Burkhart Farm Center, and it's pretty even there. I mean, Niekamp can't get outside, shoot the 3, but Payne DeGray, he's a very good ball handler inside. He has a lot of post moves, and if he can get Niekamp into foul trouble, it will help out Colonel Crawford a lot.
Yeah, the whistles don't just go one direction, do they? So we have to wonder, can Austin Niekamp stay out of foul trouble? Even if he gets in foul trouble, though, they have a lot of size to go along with him, so I don't think it's going to be quite as much of a problem for them if they lose their leading scorer for a few minutes because he's got to sit. It's a big problem, though, for Payne DeGray.
Another tail of the tape we want to watch is the facilitators, the 2-point guards. You talked about the leading scorer for Colonel Crawford. This is, I think, personally, one of the best point guards in Division 6 basketball, just the way that he plays. Braden Holt, one of the best ball handlers that I've seen, but also he has one of the sweetest floaters. If you can get him to the free throw line, he knows how to get it in the bucket there. Also, 6 assists per game, and he will get inside and get some rebounds for you.
Not very often that you match up your 2-point guards, and they're both named Braden either. That's a little odd, but yeah, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch tonight. Braden Mercer of Marion Local, 8 points a ball game, 6'2", only a junior, so he's still in the learning process, and he loves to dish it off. If he'll drive, he'll look for someone down low.
We want to welcome you, everybody, for this special presentation. It is a live audio cast, as always, when we get to the state semifinal for any sport. Live audio cast, so I will be giving you play-by-play as if it were on the radio, but thankfully now, Divisions 4 to 7, we are allowed to give you a replay audio and video, so we will use this audio right after we're done with the game, our MVP interview and everything like that. We are able to go live on a full game replay, so stay tuned here on the OH Report for that, but right now, we're going to be like radio guys way back. I watched Hoosiers last night, so we're going to be like those play-by-play callers.
Well, that's where I got my start in broadcasting, was doing radio play-by-play, so I think I can remember how this works. I won't step on your toes.
Oh, we've worked enough that I think we're able to do that. First ever state boys semifinal play-by-play call for me. We had Shelby last year. Brian Skronsky was able on the call of that. That was at UD. That's, I think, the one thing that's missing right now is it's the Final Four, but it's not at UD Arena. It's kind of, I mean, it's cool. Yeah. It's good. The fans are packed here because it's somewhat closer, but still, I mean, you make it to a Final Four, you want to make it to UD Arena.
Yeah.
It's got a little different feel to it right now, but still, it is a state semifinal. You're regional champs for a reason, and now you just need one more step to get to UD.
I like it much better when it is a true Final Four format and you're seeing everybody come together in one location for the same weekend. That is missing for me, but hey, we're going to give it our best shot tonight, just as Colonel Crawford and Marion Local are as well.
Well, one thing also that Colonel Crawford has to their advantage, they've had a week to prepare for Marion Local. When you get David Sheldon a week to prepare, he's going to throw everything he can out the kitchen sink as well at you with that preparation time. We were able to be there on Monday for their media day, and they were already going in. The scout team already had Marion Local's plays down, things like that. So this is a team, you know they will be prepared. It's just, can they execute?
He's kind of like the Tom Izzo of the N10. He is very much like Tom Izzo, and he has Dad, Pops, Rob Sheldon to kind of lean on a little bit. He can call Dad and say, hey, what did you do a little bit differently when you went to state that year? How did you rearrange your practice schedule? How did you arrange your travel schedule? So he's had a really close relationship with his dad, who's won it at Winford, and I'm sure he's leaned on Dad for some advice.
You know, I think this is running into Dad's golf time right now, too, down there in North Carolina. I don't know, he might be back here, but if not, hey, Rob, thank you for listening. Joe Baylog wanted to be here, but he's got work to do down at the girls' state tournament, which every state championship game down at the girls' state tournament. I'll be heading down there after our second game tonight. We will have highlights. Purcell Marion, the first to win a state championship. Dee Alexander, the three-time Miss Ohio basketball, winning another state championship there. Bellevue playing right now, but we'll have highlights of every game on the girls' side this weekend. We'll also have highlights of Sandusky and Westerville North's regional state Final Four game on Sunday. And then we'll be back down there next week for the state semifinal. Will we have an audio cast?
And we will be back here tonight for
we'll be back here tonight for Russia and Arlington. But if Colonel Crawford were to pull off the victory, we will have that game in an audio cast synced to a highlight later on next Saturday at 2 o'clock. Happens to be my birthday next Saturday as well. So that'd be quite the birthday gift. I told the coaches, I said, you know what's next Saturday? I said, yeah. I said, no, it's my birthday. You might want to, you got to join me down in Dayton? They said, we don't know. Hopefully we will. So we'll find out. But right now, we got two really good teams. Ranking-wise, if you look at Max Preps right now, it's pretty much 1 and 5, but that's because Max Preps doesn't have their formula down yet. Those rankings were before the regional round. Those were the true rankings before we got to the regional. So Crawford at the time was 11. Marion Local was number 1. Marion Local kept winning. They're still number 1. Crawford kept crawling up the list. If you get to a state championship game, you're going to see Max Preps. It's 1 versus 2, but technically, we're not talking about that. That's why you have 11 and 1. But Crawford has been around the top 10 all season long. They had 2 very good wins against Mohawk. They beat a Crestview team that was competitive. And then once they got to the tournament, their defense has just stepped up, and that's what they're going to have to do here tonight.
Well, I'm going to have my eyes on 2 things as this game starts. I want to watch the nerves of Colonel Crawford because this is their first state semifinal. Yes. Marion Local has been there, done that in so many sports. It's almost like a yawn to them. So I want to watch and see what are the nerves like of this team. And second, I'm going to keep my eyes on turnovers tonight because that has been a real measuring stick to this Colonel Crawford Crawford team. When they're having trouble with holding onto the basketball and they get up around 12, 13, 14, 15 turnovers, they're in trouble. They only average 7 a game. If they can keep it at 10 or less, I think they're going to be in really good shape.
All right, we are going to take a quick break here inside the Burkhart Farm Center pregame show as they get ready for the anthem. When we come back, keys to victory, starting lineups, and the tip of this, the Division 6 State Semifinal right here on the OH Report.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Buzzer beaters, underdogs, and upsets. We capture every unforgettable moment on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones.
Back here inside the Burkhart Farm Center pregame show for this, the Division 6 State Semifinal between number 1 Marion Local and number 11 Colonel Crawford. Travis Berardi, Lynn Passett back here at the Stroh Center, Bowling Green State University. The first of 2 streams we will have tonight. We will have the Division 7 semifinal between Russia and Arlington as well. But first, let's talk about this game, Lynn. Let's get into our keys to victory. First, for the Marion Local Flyers. Like we said, how they go in the brackets, the team on the top side of the bracket gets home court, and that's Colonel Crawford. So we'll talk about the keys first for the Flyers of Marion Local. First key, physicality. Both teams are football players as well, football teams. They got to be physical, especially against the DeGrays inside. And like you said, the second key, they need to force turnovers.
Well, there's football physicality, and then there's basketball physicality, and both these two teams, I think, know the difference by now, since we have played 27, 28 ball games. Boxing out, going to be huge. Taking charges, going to be huge. Getting your hands up into the passing lanes, going to be huge. And then turnovers, how many can you force? Marion Local, I think, is really going to try and test Colonel Crawford quickly with the nerves and see if they can maybe jolt them into bad passes and maybe telegraphing some passes. So I think Marion Local is really going to turn up the heat very, very quickly.
Now let's take a look at the keys to victory for the Colonel Crawford Eagles. Once again brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center. Keys tonight for the Eagles, the DeGrays. They have to do what they've done the last few games. They got to be physical, they got to shut down those post players, and then they got to score on the other side. Offensive rebounding was big as well. In the game against Lima Central Catholic, the DeGrays combined for 6 of the team's 9 offensive rebounds, and that really helped them.
Well, and they average 25 points a game between the two of them, and they're going to need every bit of that tonight against Marion Local. And I think it's going to be that guard combination that we looked at, too. How well is Colonel Crawford going to be able to hold on to the basketball against this pressure that Marion Local is likely going to fire at them?
And the second key, the sharpshooters, Logan Goddard, as well as Parker Weifman. Weifman hit a big 3 in that regional final right at the buzzer to give them a lead. Goddard hit 2 threes in the first half as well. They get that balanced scoring. They get those extra buckets from those 2 sharpshooters, and they could be in good shape as well tonight. Now it's time for the starting lineups. First for Marion Local, a 5'11 junior, number 5, Grant Kramer. A 6'2 senior, number 11, Ryan Homan. A 6'8 senior, number 23, Austin Niekamp. A 6'3 sophomore, number 24, Cale Arntz. And a 6'2 junior, number 32, Braden Mercer. They are coached by Kurt Gudemiller. As for the Eagles of Colonel Crawford, a 5'10 senior, number 3, Logan Goddard. A 6'3 sophomore, number 11, John DeGray. A 6'1 junior, number 20, Braden Holt. A 6'2 senior, number 23, Caden Bruner. And a 6'5 junior, number 33, Payne DeGray. The Eagles are coached by David Sheldon. Now, folks, because of the OHSAA and Spectrum and NFHS, we must go to an audio-only stream, so that's what we'll do. We are underway. Tip 1 by the Eagles, going from left to right on your computer screen. Braden Holt, left side to DeGray, hands off to Bruner, gets it right back to the right side, and Goddard. Holt inside, gets it to DeGray, stripped out of bounds, but out of bounds also
Goddard.
Holt
inside, gets it to DeGray, stripped.
And real quickly, while we have a chance, let's salute our referees. Ralph Green is the lead official tonight. Ryan Bowers and Kurt Lieber are the other officials.
Holt brings it back to the beak of the Bowling Green logo. Gets it to John DeGray, top of the key, right side. Bruner gets it inside to Payne DeGray. Payne DeGray spins left hand, puts it up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound out the Niekamp. It was a good look, but a little bit too strong. And back comes Marion Local with their first possession. Kramer in a little bit of a weave here out front. Gets it to Mercer. Mercer on the elbow. Gets it stripped away. That'll be a jump ball, and it'll stay with Marion Local, but look at Crawford going right at him early on. Boy,
I'll tell you what, they double-teamed and then were able to tie up the Marion Local guard with the basketball, and unfortunately for the Eagles, it'll stay with the Flyers.
Niekamp looking inbounds, does it right side to Homan. Back to Niekamp for 3, in and out, no offensive rebound though, taken by Kramer. Back out front to Mercer. Mercer doesn't shoot the 3, so he'll kick it off left side now to Homan. Homan along the baseline, puts it up, fouled, and 1.
Excellent job that time by Ryan Homan, the 6'2 senior. He averages 7 a game, drives left baseline, gets the foul call against number 23, Caden Bruner. That'll be his first.
Got the ball fake, got him up in the air, got the bucket to go. Free throw is up and in. It's 3-0.
Well, you talked about physicality, and he was physical with the basketball, went up strong and took the foul and got the bucket and the three-point play.
Homan, a 54% shooter inside the arc. Double team to Holt, gets it to Bruner, top the key. He's going to drive in, jump stop, get it back out to Braden. 6:30 left first quarter, 3-0 Marion Local. Behind the back, fades away, just off the mark, no, and a rebound to Homan. Crawford starts 0 for 2 from the field.
Every rebound has been controlled by Marion Local.
Homan straightaway 3, swish. He's got all 6.
We talked about nerves. How would Colonel Crawford come out? So far, just a little bit of nerves on their face. They're not being quite as quick to pull the trigger.
Only the 13th made 3 by Homan as Crawford turns it over. Homan gets it stripped by DeGray, gets it back. Straight away to Mercer. He drives in, jumps, stops, spins, and they kick it back out. But a 3-second violation going to be called against Marion Local.
Don't see that very often anymore, but they're making it known that, hey, you're not going to camp in there tonight, and that was actually a good call, as it was Braden Mercer, number 32, stuck in the key.
Stuck with the ball, gave it away, but then stayed in the key and turned it over. Bruner out to John DeGray on the elbow. He drives in, looking for Payne, spins off the glass and in. Crawford's on the board. John DeGray with a move.
Nice left-handed move that time. Got his defender on his right hip, and he was able to capitalize.
Mercer drives into the lane, bumped, gets it back, kicks it out. 3 for Niekamp. Off the mark, no. John DeGray with the rebound, but gives it away after some bumping. The refs are letting him play the semifinal. Up into the lane and good. Braden Mercer. There's a collision on the shot, no call. There's a collision after the rebound, no call. They're letting it play both ways. 8-2, Marion Local, 5 minutes left in the first. Bruner out to John DeGray at the free throw line. Kicks it right side to Bruner, then back out to Holt. Holt gets by his defender, pulls up, floating down though, misses it. Good defense there by Arntz. And back comes Marion Local up 6 as we approach the midway point of this opening quarter.
Yeah, he had his hand in his face and forced him to double clutch, and he just didn't have room to get that shot off.
Mercer, left side, he will pull for 3. That's off the mark, and Holt will get the rebound. That's the shot that Colonel Crawford will let him take all day. Holt will try a 3, just off the side iron, no. And back, again, sprinting is Mercer into the lane. Stripped, taken away by Holt. Holt throws it off of him and out of bounds. A turnover back to Colonel Crawford.
A lot of nice play that time and very headsy play. He knew he was falling out of bounds, wasn't going to be able to hold on to it, so he just fired it off his opponent, and it went out of bounds to Colonel Crawford.
Daniel Everman will check in for the first time today, averaging a point per game, a rebound per game as well.
Rebounding has been a problem. 6-2 in favor of St. Mary's so far, or Marion Local so far.
Hand off to Holt, looking for the give and go to DeGray, can't get it. Right side to Parker Weithman, who is now into the game. The 2 three-point shooters are in. Weithman back out to Goddard straight away. Now right side to John DeGray and into the corner to Weithman. Under 4 to play first quarter, 8-2 Marion Local. Holt now drives in, and he's going to get fouled by Ryan Homan. That'll be his first, the team's first.
Yeah, that's a good call as Homan got his body in front of him and just can't belly him up like that. He was kind of pushing him off his space.
Inbounds to Weithman, then straight away to John DeGray, looking to get the Holt. Instead, we'll get it to Payne DeGray right at the top of the key. Payne's going to drive in, puts it up, counted and one!
Excellent move that time by DeGray. He got a little bit of a favorable call because I thought Marion Local was kind of set, but
he was moving a little bit left to right. That's a 50-50 call, though. You could go both ways.
You're allowed to move. It's not like the olden days when you had to have both feet etched in concrete, and I kind of felt like he took it on the chest. I thought he had legal guarding position, but hey, he got the call, and he's got a chance to three-point play.
And the question is, did he try and sell it a little bit before the contact, and that's why they gave it the call. Free throw, though, is missed, and it remains 8-4. 3:25 left, opening quarter, 8-4 Marion Local. Homan, left side, gets it off to Niekamp, top of the key, now right side to Everman. Running some flex action, straight away, ball deflected. John DeGray underneath, a block, a second block, but back out. 3 in the air for Homan, he got it. Homan's got 9 points in the first 5 minutes of this game, it's 11-4.
Holman is definitely making his presence known. He only averages 7 a game. He's got 9. I think Colonel Crawford may want to make some adjustments now on him.
Weifman right side, looking to get it into DeGray. They do. Payne working his way around, up and under, floats it off the glass and in. Payne DeGray's got 4, and they're going to need him to do that a lot more in this game. It's a 5-point contest.
Great move that time by Payne DeGray. Got his man on his hip and just simply was able to flick it around him and use glass.
Niekamp, left block. Gets it inside to Mercer. Mercer off the glass and in. His 4th point.
Well, Mercer has a big advantage over the man who's guarding him, about a 4-inch gap, and he put it to good use.
John DeGray gets it stripped and loses the handle. It's a steal by Mercer. And then Mercer double dribbled.
And boy, head coach Kurt Vettemiller is not happy with that call whatsoever. Slamming his feet in front of the official, and I'll tell you what, sometimes that's going to get the official's attention in a quick manner.
Like I said, there was some bumping, but they're letting them play in this state semifinal. 13-6, that's the 3rd Marion Local turnover.
3 apiece.
John DeGray on the elbow, loses it, and again he gets stripped. 2nd time he's got stripped, and it's back to Marion Local.
They are definitely letting the physicality play in this ball game.
Kramer for 3, too strong, but it's a long rebound out to Arntz. Left side, Kramer for another one. In and out again, another offensive rebound. Puts back and a foul. That was Niekamp that got in there, was able to get the board and put it back up.
Right now, Marion Local is controlling the offensive and defensive glass. I have them down 8-2 in favor of the Flyers on rebounds, and that's where Colonel Crawford is really taking it on the chin right now.
Braden Holt called for his first, as the first free throw's up and in. Niekamp's first point of the game, 14-6.
He's a 1,000-point scorer on the season. I really am surprised it took him this long to get his first points on the board, and they're coming at the free throw line.
Makes them both. And he will take a break as Brennan Hess now checks in for Marion Local.
Only a minute and a half left here in the first quarter. I'm kind of surprised that Dave Sheldon didn't maybe take a timeout right there after those free throws, but he wants to see what his team can do here.
Into DeGray on the elbow. Double teamed. Gets through it, though. And out to Weifman in the corner. Weifman straight away to Goddard. Back out to Holt with 1:20 left in the first. Braden drives all the way and kicks it over to Payne. Payne's rejected. Gets it back, though. Puts it up. No call. Yes, there is a call. Last second, it'll go against Brennan Hess after the offensive rebound, but nearly another block on Marion Local.
They had 2 blocks on DeGray, and the third one, they finally got a whistle against the Flyers, and it looked like it was a good call. Looked like it got him on the wrist.
DeGray makes the first.
Well, I talked in the pregame how I thought Marion Local would come out and really pressure the basketball, and they are definitely doing that. They are in the faces of these Eagles. As soon as that pass is caught, they are in their face.
Second free throw for DeGray. Off the back iron, no. He's 1 for 3 so far. As Mercer crosses the timeline with 1:03 left in the quarter. Straight away. Gets it inside. Right hand off the glass and in as Niekamp came back in. Makes it a 10-point game.
Got his first field goal of the ball game, and now it's a 17-7 lead for the Flyers.
Skip over the Weifman. It's deflected out of bounds, and it will stay with Colonel Crawford.
Well, this is kind of what you have to be afraid of if you're a Colonel Crawford fan. You know that Marion Local is going to hit you in waves, and so far this first quarter has been a big wave.
Brennan Hess checking back in for Niekamp so he doesn't get that second foul before the end of the quarter. Holt, left side, he drives into the lane. Ball fakes, gets it right side to John DeGray. Off his knee, he ollied it out of bounds, but they say it last touched Marion Local, it'll stay.
Wow, I thought for sure that one went off the leg of Colonel Crawford. It looked to me like John DeGray bounced it off his own knee, but the officials say no.
Holt in the corner brings it back out with 25 seconds left. We'll see if they wait for the final shot. They'll have the double dip possession out of the quarter break as well. They need a bucket here before the quarter. Arntz will let him go. Last 8 seconds, crossover. Holt double team, gets it over to Goddard. Goddard fakes the three into the corner to John DeGray, bumped, throws it away, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Marion Local, a strong start to this one. Lead at 17-7 after one. We'll be back.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to
17-7, Marion Local, the #1 team in Division 6, leads Colonel Crawford. Travis Berardi back here with Lynn Passett, and uncharacteristic turnovers and the post play by Marion Local have been the key in this one. It's a 10-point lead for them.
Yeah, the physicality, I think, hurt Colonel Crawford a little bit in that opening quarter, and turnovers. They had 5, so they are not off to a good start. They only average 7 a game. They already have 5.
Weifman gets it in to Payne DeGray on the right block. Ball movement up and under, kicks it back out to Holt. Just underway second quarter. Holt at the free throw line, extra pass. John DeGray, layup good, reverse, and that's a play that Crawford can succeed on a lot. It's when Braden Holt gets his defender, brings that out. That opens up the baseline.
I noticed at the end of the quarter, Dave Sheldon went right to John DeGray and really was giving it to him. I think he felt like he was playing a little too soft and wanted him to get more aggressive.
Kramer, right corner. He drives baseline, ball fakes, and gets John DeGray up in the air. That'll be John DeGray's first foul, and free throws upcoming for Kramer.
Yeah, nice job of driving baseline, got his man DeGray up into the air, and then tried to put it up. Fortunately for Colonel Crawford, he was able to block it, so the foul is called. They go to the line shooting 2.
First free throw good. Kramer, a 79% free throw shooter. Gets both. Back to a 10-point game. Holt. Across the timeline. Crosses over left side. Gets it off to Goddard, who gets it to John DeGray straight away. John on the elbow. Walk, but no call. Gives it to Goddard left side, then back to John in the corner. Gets it into Payne. Payne baseline underneath, reverse layup, good.
Nice move that time by Payne DeGray. He went baseline, used the basket as another defender, and put it in.
He's got 7, it's 19-11. Kick back out. Homan right side, around the Mercer on the left. Now inside, back out. Mercer loses the handle. It goes out of bounds, and it was off Crawford last. It'll stay. Kind of lost his footing there, but Braden Holt tried picking it up at the last second, throwing off of him, but he was already out of bounds, so it'll stay a minute and a half into this second quarter. Kramer inbounds to Niekamp. Niekamp hand off to Kramer. Grant with it. Spins at the elbow. Little muscle puts it up. No. Rebound. Logan Goddard. A physical play by Goddard to get that miss. And back comes Crawford.
Only the third rebound for Colonel Crawford.
Elbow 2. Got it. 4 straight. Braden Holt's first bucket, but that's what they're going to need him. Open looks off the dribble, especially at the elbow. It's a 6-point game.
This is a huge stretch now for Colonel Crawford. I think the first 4 minutes of this second quarter are going to be very important for them to get their feet back under themselves.
Straight away to Niekamp. Now right side to Mercer. Braden works around left side to Ryan Home, and he has 2 threes already in this game. Now straightaway deep, 3 for Niekamp. Left it hanging, he got it.
Wow. We talked in the pregame about he's got range. That one there was about 3 feet behind the 3-point mark.
9-point lead. Holt. Right side. He'll drive into the lane again. Euros, but they'll call a walk.
And that is turnover number 6 against Colonel Crawford. Good call by the officials, as it could have also been a foul, as it looked like Cale Arns was kind of holding on to his elbow. But
it also looked like a good Euro, but the bump kind of threw it off.
Well, the Euro is illegal in high school, so there is no such thing.
How many times is it called, though?
Well, it's illegal in high school.
Yeah.
And you got better officials here.
Elbow jumper off the rim, no. John DeGray fights for the rebound, and you are right. The best officials in the state of Ohio are calling these games. You make a great point at that. Holt, left side. Gets it over to John DeGray. John drives hard to the lane, but too strong off the glass. We saw that happen a couple times against Lima Central Catholic. Quickly back comes Mercer. Mercer into the lane. Jump stops rejected by Payne DeGray, and he gets it back.
Wow, what a block, and then he chased it down himself.
Holt across the timeline. Double team straight away. Gets it. Actually threw it away. Thought they were going to Payne, but he went the other side. Homan now into the lane. Backs out. 3 in the air. Off the side iron, no. John DeGray gets it. Gives it off to Holt. Holt quickly up to Goddard right side. Inside to DeGray, right block. Guarded by Niekamp. He gets past him. He puts it up strong. Counted it, 1. Payne DeGray's taken over in the second quarter. He's up to 9 points.
He's going to have to, because so far the Eagles are throwing the ball away way too often and playing very sporadic, and they really need someone to settle him down. Right now it's Payne DeGray. He's got 9, looking for 10 at the line.
Second foul called on Austin Niekamp. Free throw. Good. It's back to a 6-point game. Payne DeGray leading all scorers with 10 points.
Well, I said this was going to be an important first 4 minutes. We're just about to hit that first 4-minute end, and they've cut the lead to just 6.
Straight away to Grant Kramer, right side to Arntz. Picks up his dribble. Holt closely guarding him, but he gets it away to Homan. Straight away now to Mercer. He'll try a 3. It's short, and the rebound comes to John DeGray. Hands off to Holt. Holt gets across the timeline with 3:53 left in the half. Big possession for Crawford here, can get it back to 2 possessions. Holt to DeGray, then back to Holt. Holt pulls up, floats it, got it.
Big shot that time for Braden Holt. They really needed a score on that trip down the floor. Now it's down to 4 at 22-18.
11-5 run. Inside to Niekamp. Niekamp closely guarded by DeGray. He's going to move. Ball fakes, no. Ball fakes again. Spins, puts it up right-handed and got it. Great move there by him for his 9th point.
What great footwork that time for Austin Niekamp, who's got 9.
Holt with it, top of the key, gets it right side to DeGray, who hands it back off to him. 3:05 left in the half. Coach David Sheldon calling out the play as Holt backs it out. Now he drives into the lane, ball fakes, back out to Goddard, then back to Holt in the corner. Holt along the baseline, skips. Parker Weithman for 3, too strong, and the rebound out to Grant Kramer. That was their first 3 attempted, couldn't hit.
Ryan
I
Holman,
should say their second.
Ryan Holman of Marion Local doing a great job on Braden Holt right now.
Straight away to Mercer. Now into the corner left side. That's Arntz. They're working around the perimeter here as we go under 2:30 left in the half. Homan looking for a cutter. Can't get it to him. Gets it right side to Mercer. Thought about taking the 3. He'll drive in a little bit. Pulls up. Deflected off the glass. No. Payne DeGray deflected and stays along the baseline. Back to Mercer on the offensive board. And then a desperation heave by Arntz. He gets fouled and he'll go to the line.
Arntz got fouled, all right. He's breathing for air right now as he took a shot from Braden Holt. His knees went to a place that you don't like them to go, and he is really sucking for air right now.
John DeGray was there as a wall. Caused the foul. That's his second. The first free throw's missed. As Arntz still trying to catch his breath after he took that to the midsection. 2:13 left in the half, 24-18 in favor of Marion Local, but you see Crawford's kind of settled in a little bit more in this quarter.
Getting their feet under them just a little bit better.
Second free throw is good, though. Makes it a 7-point game. 5 of 6 from the line is Marion Local. Colonel Crawford only 2 of 4. Hold across the timeline. Gets it to John DeGray as they run the flex. DeGray, top of the key, picks up his dribble, gets it over to Weithman.
Big trip down the floor for both teams here.
Back to John DeGray. Crosses over, top of the key, hand off to Holt. Holt, double teamed over to Weithman, inside the Payne. Payne going to work underneath, puts it up strong, doesn't get it, rebound, taken out by Daniel Everman, who cut underneath DeGray and got the rebound there.
Rebounds are 15-7 in favor of Marion Local. They are definitely controlling the glass.
Mercer right side. Under 90 seconds left in the half. He'll take it back, top of the key as they reset.
Eagles without a three-point shot this entire first half. That's been one thing that Marion Local has definitely done a good job of controlling.
And they're going to call a foul underneath on Parker Weithman on a cutter. So it'll be an inbounds underneath. But yeah, Marion Local 3-3 so far, Crawford none.
Yep.
That's the difference right now. Looking to inbounds, they do straight away to Kramer. Gets it to Everman. Now left side to Mercer. Handoff. Jump stop. Closely guarded, though, is Logan Goddard on Kramer. Mercer left side, hands off again. Mercer in the corner will try a three. It's short. Rebound by Holt. Under a minute to play. Holt left side across the timeline. Looking for a screen, instead goes left side into the corner. Weithman for a three, off the mark, no again. Kramer with the rebounds. They're 0 for 3 now from 3 as Marion Local slowing it down as Mercer. They can now get the double dip, hold it for the last shot, and they might get the ball out of the second half whistle as well. Coach Sheldon, knowing what play they are going to run apparently, pointing out where they're going to go. We'll see if they actually do that. Down to 20.
Marion Local's head coach is trying to sneak up, and the official has his eyes on him and keeps pointing him back to his bench.
Mercer starts with 7. Gets it to the elbow, back out. Kramer blocked. Layup shot missed, and a rebound to Crawford. They had a rebound attempt with Mercer. He got it off the miss, but couldn't put it back up and in, and that will do it for the first half. Marion Local, a very strong first quarter. Crawford settled down a little bit, got back in it. They trail by 7 as we go to the break. We will take a break and be back with the Burkhart Farm Center halftime report after this, the Division 6 State Semifinal.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
buzzer beaters, underdogs, and upsets. We capture every unforgettable moment on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go.
Tonight's Division 6 State Semifinal audio broadcast as well as replay brought to you live audio-wise and replay thanks to our generous sponsors. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Burkhart Farm Center, farmers serving farmers. Baker's Pizza in Bucyrus, the place to go after every local game or to watch your favorite team in action. Come join us today and check out our Pizza of the Month. Old 30 Barbecue, stop in today for low and slow smoked meat, including ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and pair with our amazing homemade sides. BS Media Productions, need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring? BS Media Productions is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook, as well as our friends at Wbco-Wqel. Thank you all for allowing us to be live on the audio side and free with the replay tonight, right here on the OH Report. When we come back, the Burkhart Farm Center halftime report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to be entering its second year of media sponsorship for local nonprofits.
We've partnered with Crawford County Now to offer nonprofits a podcast and a radio spot.
First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level.
inside the Burkhart Farm Center halftime report as both teams taking the court. Marion Local, #1 in the state, leading Crawford 25-18. Travis Berardi back here with Lynn Passett. Marion Local took control early, 17-7 in that first quarter, but the Eagles did not back down. They outscored Marion Local 11-8 in the second, and they've kept this to within a manageable distance at 7 points, but they're going to need a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think the things that head coach Dave Sheldon is probably preaching to his team is turnovers, guys. We had 7 in the first half.
That's their season average.
Yeah, we can't do that, and only 3 for Marion Local. Next is rebounding. You're getting killed on the board, 16-9. Only 1 official offensive rebound.
Yeah.
I didn't have them for any.
It was 2 blocks. It actually should have been none, but they gave him it.
So those are 2 areas right there. And then 3-point shooting. Colonel Crawford kind of makes hay on that. They did not make a single 3-point shot that entire first half, while Marion Local sank 3. So those 9 points are the difference in the ball game. And also free throw shooting. The Eagles only got to the line 4 times, making 2. Marion Local got to the line 7 times, making 6. So there's a lot of areas that Dave Sheldon had to coach on at halftime. I'm sure he's going to try and shore all 4 of those areas up.
Let's take a little bit closer look at the 3-point shooting for Colonel Crawford. Our extended player spotlight. And it is Logan Goddard and Parker Weithman, the 2 3-point specialists, the sharpshooters. Weithman's 0 for 2. Goddard hasn't even been able to get a shot off, but when they can get their feet set, they're good. They're both over 40%. Goddard has 43 made threes. Weithman has 17, and that's that little extra that helps Crawford, open things up offensively.
Well, I talked in the pregame show about how I really thought the Flyers were going to come out and really test Colonel Crawford quickly by really pressuring them. And they did that. And they forced probably of those 7 turnovers, 5 of them, I think, came in the first quarter. So they did their job in building that 10-point lead at 17-7. Now Colonel Crawford has gotten their feet under them. Only 2 turnovers in that second quarter. Now they need to work on the rebounding, and they need to work on the shooting, because right now that's what's costing them this ball game.
Scoring in the first half, first for Marion Local, 9 points each by Ryan Homan, who had a phenomenal first half over his season average, as well as Austin Niekamp, both with 9. 4 points from Braden Mesher, 2 from Grant Kramer, and 1 from Cale Arntz. As for the Crawford Eagles, Payne DeGray really established his inside game in the second quarter. He leads all scorers with 10. Braden Holt, John DeGray both with 4. John DeGray missed a bunny inside as well that could have helped, but Braden Holt, that mid-range floater worked for him a couple times. He started to get some separation in that second quarter to get his 4 points. We're going to need to see more of that as we come out of the half.
And Ryan Holman, who scored 9 points, got them all in the first quarter to help boost Marion Local to that 10-point opening quarter lead. He's been held scoreless since that first quarter. So there's some good things there for Colonel Crawford. It's just keep building on what you did in that second quarter.
As we get back to action here, once again, audio only, live because of OHSAA, but we will have a full game replay after we are done here. First possession for Marion Local. Inside, ball fake, puts it up too strong. Offensive rebound, put back, goes. And Niekamp gets into double figures off the offensive board. He's got 11. It's 27-18. Crawford with its first possession.
And they continue to hit the boards.
Yeah. Gives it to Goddard, now to John DeGray straight away. Hands off to Bruner. Inside to Payne. Payne works around, floats, blocked, but gets it back. Kicks it out to Goddard, then to Holt straight away. Niekamp with another block.
DeGray not used to getting shots blocked, so that kind of affects you mentally when you have one swatted away.
Floater by Holt just off the mark. It goes into the hands of Mesher, who pushes it ahead to Homan. Homan fakes it to Mesher, cutting in. Now he gets it inside to him. He has a wide open layup and scores it. It's a 4-0 run to start. As David Sheldon with his arms out said, how did you let him get that much of an open shot?
Well, I'll tell you what, no timeouts were taken in that first half. Dave Sheldon won't waste any time calling another one if they go scoreless here and watch another bucket be scored at the opposite end.
Holt right side, double team, gets into the corner along the baseline, skips it out to Goddard, but too soft, he can't get the 3 off. Hands it back off, the Holt gets it stripped away, turned it over. Arntz into the lane, puts it up and in. It's a 6-0 run, and there's David Sheldon's timeout as Marion Local out running here to start the second half. It's a 13-point lead.
Well, you had to know the timeout was coming. You can't give up a run like that, 6-0 to start in the opening minute and a half. Colonel Crawford, everything they were starting to build on just erased as they gave up 3 rebounds in those first 90 seconds, and they turned the ball over another couple of times. You just can't make those kind of mistakes against a really good Marion Local team.
31-18 the score. First timeout taken by either team here tonight, so David Sheldon seeing some just mental lapses there to start, trying to get them back into the focus here.
Well, Colonel Crawford only gives up 38 points a game defensively. They've given up 31 already. So I was going to say in the pregame, this might be a ball game where it's the first one to 50 points wins it, because both teams average right around 60. Both teams giving up right around 39-40. So I think 50 is kind of the first one there, might win this one.
Crawford, largest deficit of the night, 13. They're going to have to get something going here if they don't want this to start falling away for them.
Well, it's going to have to really pick up on the defensive end of the floor, and offensively just keep grinding away.
Payne DeGray, top of the key, fakes the handoff to John, gives it out to Holt. 6:11 left in the third. John on the right side, ball fakes, gets into the lane, looks for Holt, gets it back out to him. Marion Local fans want a 3-second call, don't get it. Holt back out to Weifman. Inside to DeGray. Works around, double team, kicks it out to Goddard. Back inside to DeGray. Against Niekamp, ball fakes up, strong, and gets the bucket to go.
Nice job by Payne DeGray, being patient, working against Niekamp, and he got the glass shot to fall. He's got 12.
11-point game. Mercer now right side. He gets into the lane, double team, kicks it back out. Niekamp straight away 3 off the front iron, deflected over into the back is Marion Local.
Wow.
That'll go against Brennan Hess. That's his second. And Crawford gets a stop.
At first, I thought they called that on Colonel Crawford, and I said, wow. But now that I saw our replay, good call.
Hold across the timeline. They can get some momentum back if they can go on a run and get a bucket here. Works left side, doesn't get a screen, gets it straight away to Weifman. Now over to Goddard. Goddard past his defender into DeGray. DeGray spins, ball fakes, blocked, gets it back again. Over to Holt. He's mid-range, just off the mark, and Kramer gets the rebound.
DeGray just not used to having balls swatted back in his face. That's 3 of them now on the night by Niekamp. It's starting to wear on him a little bit.
Skip pass into the corner. Kramer drives baseline, but he stepped on the baseline. It's another turnover. Well, here's the replay.
The Flyer fans say that was a push, but I think he stepped on the line before the push. And he went there on his own doing.
Holt hands it off to DeGray, then to Weifman, gets past his defender. Great job not walking there. Gets it to DeGray inside. Ball fakes, just throws it up, not walking. But he's saved as Niekamp tried to get it back in play, stepped on the line, and it'll stay with Colonel Crawford with 4:30 left in the third.
Well, you know, they say calls have a tendency of evening themselves out, not on purpose, but there could have been a foul on Marion Local way out top, as I saw some jersey getting tugged. Officials didn't call it, so things kind of have their way of evening out.
And again, they're letting them play. It's a state semifinal. Why not? That's knocked out of bounds on the inbounds. It's back to Crawford. Still inbounds underneath the hoop. Lucas Foy checks in for the first time today. Ball handler for the Eagles. He'll give Weifman a breather. Holt in the corner. Drives baseline. Puts it up left-handed and in. A 4-0 run. It's back down to 9.
Nice move that time by Braden Holt as he got into the tall timber and went up strong.
Niekamp floats it. He misses. It's stripped. And Lucas Foy, with a big rebound, allows Holt to get it back. Holt across the timeline. Left side, Lucas fakes the 3, drives in, kicks it to Goddard, then straight away to Holt. Under 4 to play, third quarter, 31-22, Marion Local. Holt, left side elbow, spins back into the lane, ball fakes, blocked, and back comes Marion Local. Mercer into the lane, extra pass, great ball fake, layup good, Homan. He's got 11, 33-22.
Every time Crawford cuts it inside of 10, the Flyers come right back.
Foy, right side. Gets it into DeGray. It's blocked, or stripped, I should say. He gets it back in the corner. Payne, he's going to try driving in. Offensive foul.
That's a great call.
Off.
Yep, great call that time. As DeGray, I think, is getting a little frustrated. As I said, he's had 3 shots blocked already by Niekamp tonight. That time he just thought, I'm putting my head down and I'm going to the hole. And he got that arm extended, and that's an easy call for the officials.
David Sheldon telling Payne, you don't have to take it in there. Kick it back out, reset yourself on the block, then go to action. Mercer slowly across the timeline, gets it right side to Everman, then gets it back as he'll let Marion Local set things up. Right side to Kramer, now into the corner in Everman, then back out. Arntz over to Mercer.
Flyers being very patient this trip down the floor. We haven't seen them
turn it over
the ball
though.
that much. Yep.
Holt with the deflection gets the turnover. Across the timeline he goes. Gets it to Payne on the elbow, and he's bumped, and they will call the foul. And if that's on Niekamp,
I think it might have been Mercer.
it is Mercer. It's his first. Second team foul of the quarter. Crawford gets the inbounds. Hold on a handoff from Foy, brings it back out front. Into the corner and Goddard. Goddard into DeGray. DeGray works into the paint. Spins, ball fakes, puts it up strong and in. Payne DeGray with 14, 33-24, 2:18 left in the third.
Good move that time by DeGray. Niekamp tried to stay on his feet and go straight up.
Mercer
Travel.
walked with it. He tried to split 2 defenders, drug the pivot foot, and Crawford's going to get it back.
That's now turnover number 6 that I have the Flyers down for. 8 against Colonel Crawford. And a timeout is now being taken by the Flyers as their head coach, Kurt Guttmiller, says, I want to talk things over.
So a little bit of momentum for Crawford as they have got it back to single digits at 9 points.
Well, the one thing that they've still got to hit is the rebounds. Those are falling to them right now, 21-13, and I only have them with 2 offensive rebounds this whole night. Marion Local with 8. So they really have got to start hitting the glass and allowing the Flyers only 1 shot and 1 shot only.
If you're Crawford, you need to get this quarter back at least to even before the fourth, because the way these 2 teams are playing, you might have a 4 or 6-0 run, but that seems to be it between these 2 teams.
Yeah, that 17-7 outburst by Marion Local to open the ball game in the first quarter is looming large right now, because that double-digit lead it's been floating down to as few as 6, I think, at one point, maybe even 4.
It was the 4, yeah.
And then it went right back up to 11 or 12 again.
Hold across the timeline. Straight away. Looking the back door to Weithman, finally gets it out front.
Eagles doing a nice job of trying to ball screen and flash someone from the opposite side, but the Flyers just have a lot of length.
DeGray dribbles in, hooks it right side, in and out, no. Rebound to Ryan Homan. Quickly out to Mercer across the timeline. Messer's going to drive in, gets cut off by John DeGray. Picks up his dribble.
That could have been a foul.
Yeah, that could have. Inside the Niekamp. He works against DeGray, short. It's deflected and into the hands of Holt with under 90 seconds left in the third. Braden behind the back. Free throw line, spins inside to John. John, reverse layup, good. He's got 6. It's back down to 7.
Nice job that time of driving, penetrating, drawing the double team, and then dishing off to the open man, that time John DeGray.
Mercer yo-yos the ball out front. 1:04 left in the third. Crawford gets possession out of the timeout after the quarter if there's no jump ball in the last 1 minute. They'd like to get a stop here. to keep it at 7.
Yeah, this is really a key trip right here for the Eagle defense. They really need to not allow another bucket here.
Homan guarded by Weithman. Weithman not biting. Down to 40 seconds.
Everybody getting a little blast of air right now, too, with the ball being held. Can't believe they weren't running a 5-second count there at all.
And Coach Sheldon telling John DeGray, just back off. We'll let them take the final shot. We just want to get a stop because they do get the ball out of the quarter.
Well, they'll just stand there and hold it till probably about 11 on the clock, and that's when they'll start to put things in motion.
Looking over.
There they go.
Coach Kurt Guttemiller. He will start. There's the handoff to Homan. Straight away now to Aarons. Looking back door, turns it over with 1.7 left, so Crawford gets the stop. We'll see if they get a desperation heave for the quarter. Weithman with it, heaves at the buzzer, short, but the Eagles get the stop. They even the quarter up, and it remains a 7-point game as we head to money time. 33-26 Marion Local. We'll take a break.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to be entering its second year of media sponsorship for local nonprofits.
We've partnered with Crawford County Now to offer nonprofits a podcast and a radio spot.
First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we.
It is money time. One of these two teams 8 minutes away from playing for a state championship next Saturday at 2 o'clock at UD Arena. Travis Berardi alongside Lynn Passett. It was a 6-0 start for Marion Local, but Crawford finished on an 8-2 run to get it back down to a 7-point game.
Yep, an 8-8 quarter for both teams, so we're right where we were at the end of the half, a 7-point advantage for the Flyers, and they held for that last shot, had a backdoor play in mind, and it was very well read by the Eagles, and now they have a chance to try and cut this lead down to either 4 or 3.
Payne DeGray on the elbow gets it to Holt. Holt gets it right side to John. John moves, looking to pass it, bumped a little bit, puts it up and in.
8 points for DeGray.
5-point game, 20 seconds into the fourth. First
Eagle
possession
fans
for
are
Marion
feeling
Local.
it on the far side. They are really trying to spurn their team on defensively.
Kramer. Inside to Niekamp. Niekamp loses it, taken by DeGray. Into the hands of Holt. Braden across the timeline. Crosses over, right side, through the legs, gets into the lane. Ball fakes up and under. Left hand, short. And a foul will be on Crawford. He got the look, but was a little bit short, and the foul is going to go against Holt, his second.
Nice job on the defensive end by the Eagles that time as they forced the turnover on the Flyers. Went down, got a left-handed shot that time from Holt, but it just wouldn't fall.
Crawford playing a bit of full court pressure now. Ryan Homan with it. He'll cross the midcourt stripe and get it off to Mercer. 1 minute gone by, fourth quarter. It's a 5-point game. Into the lane. Spins, floats. Nice shot by Kramer, his first field goal of the game. 35-28. Hold on the other end. Crosses into the lane, kicks it to Goddard for a 3. Just off the mark, no. Back comes offensive foul. I was going to say back comes Homan, but Parker Weithman took the charge. We'll take a look at our replay, and yeah, Weithman was there. Did it get enough contact, Coach?
I thought it was a good call. That was one of those, could have been 50-50. He did turn, but you're allowed to turn. So he was there, that's for sure. So good defensive play that time by the Eagles. We stay at a 7-point game.
John DeGray left side, hands off to Weithman, now to Payne. Payne over to Goddard, into the corner to Holt. Holt Gets into the lane. Ball fakes left side. Weithman fakes the three. He drives in. Euros.
Well, he was intimidated by the size of Niekamp.
John DeGray floats it, gets the bounce to go. 10 for John. It's a 5-point game again. 6 minutes left in regulation. Mercer gets it off to Kramer. Kramer's going to drive in again, loses the handle, but it's off of Payne DeGray out of bounds. It'll be an inbounds underneath the hoop.
Yep, went off the ankle of DeGray right there and squatted out of bounds, so Marion Local will retain possession.
5:52 left. Inbounds to Niekamp. Top of the key, gets it inside, and that will be a foul on Braden Holt on Kramer.
Good call. Kramer went up for the shot. Holt got him on the wrist, and he'll go to the line shooting free throws. We haven't had hardly any free throws here in the second half. This may be the first for the Flyers.
He's 2 for 2 here tonight. First free throw, good. He has 5 now. 36-30.
I said first to 50 might win. It might be first to 42 wins this one.
Second free throw, nothing but net. 37-30. 5:45 left. Holt backs it out. Gets it to DeGray. Payne hands back off to Braden. He's going to drive in. Up, no good. Payne gets the rebound, though. He puts it off the glass too much. Gets it back again. And then he's fouled.
Wow, the first time all night we have seen the Eagles crash the boards and get 2 back-to-back offensive rebounds, both by Payne DeGray. And he was facing a lot of defense, especially from Niekamp. And the second time, they got Niekamp on the foul.
That's his third. DeGray to the line for 2. Gets the first.
And with 5.5 minutes to play, 3 fouls isn't really huge foul trouble, but you don't want to pick up number 4.
DeGray off the front iron, misses the second. Strong rebound by Arntz. 37-31. Mercer takes it all the way in and lays it in.
Nice move that time by Mercer. Nobody stepped in front of him to play defense. He took it right to the hole and off glass.
Holt gets a screen from John DeGray. Spins into the lane.
He traveled.
He traveled all right, but the refs aren't going to call it. Holt again. Again in the lane. Ball fakes out to Weithman. Fakes the three. Loses the handle. It's on the ground. Taken out by Marion Local, who will call a timeout. David Sheldon not happy with it. I think he'd rather Weithman take the three.
Yep, he had a chance at the three, but the Eagles have not hit one all night long, and I think the size and the length of this Marion Local team is kind of intimidating them because they've had so many shots blocked.
39-31. 4:44 left in regulation.
Well, it was a 10-point game at the end of the first quarter at 17-7, and that right now has been the difference of the ball game. Marion Local came out, looked a little more poised, looked a little more composed. The Eagles were just a little out of their element. It took them about the first 5 minutes of that first quarter to kind of get their feet under them, and that was all it took for Marion Local to build that quick 10-point lead, and since then it's been a very even ball game. Second quarter was 11-8 in favor of Crawford. Third quarter, 8-8.
And here is our last tail of the tape. It's John DeGray and it's Grant Kramer. Kramer's done his damage from the free throw line, 4 of his 6 points tonight. But John DeGray, he's at his average for the season, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 71% from the line. Him and Payne are going to have to take over this last 4:44 if Crawford wants to have a chance to save their season.
Well, they've definitely been trying to hit those offensive rebounds. They now have 16 rebounds on the night. The Flyers with 23, I have them for, but the board says 25. So they're being out-rebounded pretty handily, almost by 10.
Full court pressure for Crawford out of the timeout. Homan will get across the timeline, gets it to Niekamp. Niekamp jump stops. Avoids taking the shot. Now he has hold on him, won't shoot it again, gets it back out to Mercer. Mercer driving, back out, Niekamp, 3, got it.
That might have been a really tough nail to take right there for Colonel Crawford. That was a huge three, their fourth of the night.
11-point game. Holt around Niekamp into the corner. Weifman will try to answer. Too strong. Rebound by Marion Local. There's Niekamp. Back to Grant Kramer. Mercer drives in the lane. Extra pass. Layup good.
Orange now has 4, and Colonel Crawford isn't going to take a timeout. Coach Sheldon says, play on. You're down 13. We're going to play.
Holt spinning, just throws it up. No. DeGray with the rebound. He misses the reverse layup, and it's into the hands of Ryan Homan.
Things have kind of fallen apart. The wheels are coming off the wagon right now for the Eagles.
Kramer, left side. He'll try driving in. Jump stops the free throw line. Backdoor cut. Layup missed. Too open was Arntz. Doesn't get it.
Yeah,
back comes Crawford.
That's a tough one to miss right there. Wide open with the reverse layup.
Holt, he'll try a three. Finally, they get one to go. Timeout, David Sheldon. It's back to a 10-point game with 3:06 left. Holt with his 9th point.
44-34. 10-point lead, as you said, with 3:06 left to play. I think Dave Sheldon is just telling his team, we have got to start launching shots now. If you have an open look, you've got to take it. They've been a little frustrated and lackadaisical with taking those outside shots because they're afraid of what's going to happen. But you're down 10 right now. You can't be afraid anymore. You've got to just start hoisting them up and trusting yourself. Meanwhile, Marion Local continues to do what they do. They're just like a well-oiled machine. Yep. The backdoor cuts have been there. They've been hitting those, and now that last trip down, Niekamp with a three-pointer, and that might have been the dagger because that stretched the lead out to 11.
Well, if Marion Local were to want to win, it'd be this year. Niekamp a senior to lead this squad. Crawford has most of their returning starters back next year, so.
Seems like at Marion Local, though, they just reload.
Well, that is what they do on the football side, don't they?
They do.
Very good squad they have. We're going to get a foul on the floor. That should go against Goddard. As Mercer tried driving in, and it will be against Goddard, his first.
Kind of a late whistle, too, right?
Yeah, we thought maybe that'd be a shooting foul, but he said it was on the floor.
I agree that it was on the floor, but it was kind of a late whistle. I thought he got bumped well before the big bump.
Mercer loses it. Picks up his dribble.
How is that not a foul?
And a foul is now called.
Parker Weifman trying to foul. I think they want to try and make the Flyers earn it at the free throw line. And
well, he had the 5-second count going as well. You might as well try and wait for him to pick it up. They're at 3 or 4, but.
That's now 4 team fouls.
And into the bonus is Marion Local. Almost a steal. And there's the foul on Goddard. We will get free throws. And not the person you want to foul, the 80% free throw shooter in Grant Kramer.
Colonel Crawford now going to try and play the free throw game. The clock is stopped. If they can hold them to 1 out of 2 every time down the floor, but convert on their offensive end, they can chip away.
First free throw good. 5 for 5 on the day is Grant Kramer.
Yeah, he's been making a living at the charity stripe tonight.
Misses the second, though, and there's your break, like you said, but Crawford's going to have to hit on the other end. Hold across the timeline, left side, getting double-teamed. Gets it over to John DeGray.
This defense just doesn't stop.
Spins, works, kicks left side to Weifman. Weifman can't get a shot off, though. Re-entry into John. John faces a defender, and he gets fouled underneath.
I think that one might go against, well.
That's going to go against Mercer.
Okay.
His second. Crawford will inbounds underneath. That's only the 3rd foul against Marion Local. Corner 3 out of the inbounds. In and out. Ball deflected. Out of bounds. No, saved by Holt. Holt gets it back in the corner. He gets into the lane. Ball fakes. Right hands. Gets it to go. Timeout, David Sheldon. 11 for Braden. 9-point game.
Well, they're just doing everything they can to hang in this one. Unfortunately, the time is going to be the problem. 2:08 left in this ball game, down by 9. Even if the Flyers convert 1 out of 2 every time down the floor, you're going to eventually have to start hitting some threes.
For those listening to the audio cast, stay tuned. We will have the Division 7 state semifinal after we're done between Russia and Arlington. And also for you audio listeners of the Crawford and Marion local games, stay tuned. We'll have the full broadcast live stream in its entirety when we are done.
Kind of looking forward to this second game.
Yeah.
I want to see what this Russia team is all about. They are very senior-laden. Every player but 2 is a senior. Arlington out of the Blanchard Valley Conference just south of Findlay. And they have put together quite a season. And winners of, I think, 8, 9 in a row. Then they lost 3 in a row. And now they've won a bunch in a row again. So I'm excited to see both those 2 teams.
Ball deflected off of John DeGray. And they will inbounds again. Russia also does not have to face Richmond Heights in a state semifinal like they did the last 2 years.
Going to 7 divisions helped them out immensely.
Yes. Looking to get it in. Time almost up, but they get it to Kramer. Kramer quickly across the timeline. Gets it stripped behind by Goddard. 2 minutes left, 9-point game. Holt looking for the screen. Right side to Goddard, back to Holt. Actually, it was Weifman that had it.
Time is ticking. You got to start hoisting shots.
Holt up and under. Right hand. Got it. 13 for Holt. 7-point game. Got to get it in. And a timeout by Coach Kurt Guttemiller right before the 5-second call. So Crawford, the door remains slightly open with 98 seconds left.
Down 7, so you're going to have to play the foul game. As soon as Marion Local gets it inbounds, you need to make sure that you are going for the basketball. That's rule number 1. Don't let the officials even have a chance to call an intentional foul, because that would really cause problems. So go for the basketball, then hope that they just go 1 out of 2 or 0 out of 2. This is where I kind of miss the 1-and-1. I don't like this automatic 2-shot free throws, because it takes away the pressure of a 1-and-1 until you hit that double bonus.
45-38 the score. This is tied for the largest points in a quarter. 24 ties the first quarter, that 17-7 mark by Marion Local, and that's your difference in the ball game, that 17-7 quarter. Most saying this could be the quote-unquote state championship game. I think a team from Monroe Central would have something to say about that if they're able to get through, but these are 2 of the top teams in the state, and this is showing why.
Yeah, Marion Local is definitely going to be tough to beat. There's the inbounds. There's the quick foul by DePayne.
Payne DeGray with his second foul, and that'll send Austin Niekamp, a 79% free throw shooter, to the line. He was 2 for 2 in the second quarter. That started his scoring.
There you can see head coach Dave Sheldon kind of having a little bit of a discussion with Kurt Lieber, saying, hey, come on, we need some help from you here.
They're going to need to miss free throws as well, as the first one is good by Niekamp. He's got 15. That ties Payne DeGray for game high.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to miss too many. This gentleman averages 18 a ball game, and he's a 1,000-point scorer in his career. He looks cool as a cucumber.
Got them both.
Crawford has got to get some threes up now, but because that 47-38 lead isn't going to go anywhere at this pace.
Pass to DeGray inside, swatted into the hands of Holt, and then Niekamp rips it out.
And there's going to be a foul. I think Braden Holt may be the one they whistle for on that one. I think that is about 5 blocked shots on the night for Niekamp, and he has just been a rejecting machine. Dave Sheldon says, hey, I think he was getting a little too elbowy with the basketball, but I didn't see anything there whatsoever. He was simply trying to hold on to the basketball with guys reaching in from every direction.
Yeah. Niekamp's first, got it.
Well, if he hits the next one, he is on his average at 18.
10-point lead, 82 seconds left. Got them both. He's got 18.
I said first one to 50 wins.
Holt all the way in, floats it off the glass, too strong. Rebound to Homan.
29th rebound of the night.
Homan across the timeline. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Mercer. And Mercer is fouled by John DeGray, his third. Mercer, a 46% free throw shooter.
He averages 8 a game. He's already at his average of 8. So Marion Local has done what they've needed to do. And they've even gotten some extra work from Ryan Holman tonight, who only averages about 7. He's pumped in 11.
Got the first. 9 for Mercer.
And we're at 50. As they do in the election season, I'm going to forecast that this game belongs to Marion Local.
Just hope you're not from 2000. Second free throw good. He's got 10. 65 seconds left. Holt crosses from the elbow. Ball fakes over to Weithman. Fakes the three. Loses out off the leg of Mercer. It'll stay with Crawford with 58.5. In the Goddard. Takes it out front to Holt, and there's a bump foul. That'll be the 4th on Marion Local. Crawford will inbounds.
Yeah, that's an excuse me foul on Grant Kramer, who was trying to fight around his screen and just simply ran into his screener and knocked him to the floor. Officials once again telling Marion Local head coach Kurt Guttemiller.
Actually, it was his assistants. All 4 of them were standing up. He said, take a seat. Only one's allowed standing.
Yep.
Pull-up jumper for Holt, in and out. Rebound to Homan, and you got to think that should do it.
That's their 30th rebound of the night. 20 rebounds for Colonel Crawford.
Mercer fouled. 4th on DeGray. And the Marion Local fans are feeling it as they're going to make a trip down to Dayton next Saturday.
What a great season, though, for the Eagles. They are now going to be 25-2.
Yep. First free throw, in and out.
They've hit 15 out of 17, so they haven't missed too many of those. They're now 15 out of 18. And that's the difference in the game.
Second free throw good.
Because the Eagles have only gone to the line 6 times all night, making 3.
Holt all the way in, ball fakes, back out to Goddard. Is down to the corner, and Weithman hits the backboard, no. And now Marion Local is able to yo-yo it, and they will win. 52-38 is going to be the final.
13-point advantage at the free throw line for Marion Local, and they lead by 14, so that was a huge part of this game tonight.
And that will do it. Marion Local will go to the Division 6 state championship on Saturday. They knock off Colonel Crawford 52-38. We'll take a break. We'll take a little bit of a break as we'll come back with stats analysis, but we'll try and get Mr. Niekamp for our MVP as well, if time allows us. We'll take a break and be back after this.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Buzzer beaters, underdogs, and upsets. We capture every unforgettable moment on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
Tonight's Division 6 State Semifinal brought to you on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Burkhart Farm Center, farmers serving farmers. Baker's Pizza in Bucyrus, the place to go after every local game or to watch your favorite team in action. Come join us today and check out our Pizza of the Month. Old 30 Barbecue, stop in today for low and slow smoked meat, including ribs, brisket, and pulled pork, and pair with our amazing homemade sides. BS Media Productions. Need a commercial to showcase your business or promote that you're hiring? BS Media Productions is the most affordable, high-quality production company in North Central Ohio. Find them on Facebook. And WBCO and Wqel, our friends out of Bucyrus, thank you all for allowing us to bring you these state semifinal games. We'll take another break, be back with stats, and hopefully an MVP interview.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Buzzer beaters, underdogs, and upsets. We capture every unforgettable moment on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. Yeah, the first step is showing up, hear them chill. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. We're blowing up, hear them chill. If you never risk it, then you never know.
Back here inside the Burkhart Farm Center post-game show at the Stroh Center, Bowling Green State University, where Marion Local 52-38 victors over the Colonel Crawford Eagles. Number one will go to the state championship game Saturday, 2 o'clock. And as of right now, after one quarter, Monroe Central, the number 4 team in the state, leading Kirtland by 10 by the same score as ours after one, 17-7. Travis Berardi back here with Lynn Passett as we take a look at the final statistics. And, I mean, first quarter and then pulling away late, but that first quarter was the difference in this one. That, along with Crawford not being able to hit a three until late. They were 1 of 9 from 3.
Well, I think the real telltale story was how many times Marion Local got to the free throw line. They got there 19 times tonight, making 16 out of 19. Colonel Crawford 3 of 6 at the charity stripe. So that is a 13-point difference just at the free throw line. Our difference was 14 at the end of the ball game. So that was a huge key. Also rebounding, Marion Local out-rebounded Colonel Crawford 31-20. And then, of course, Crawford was only able to put 3 players in the scoring column all night long. All 3 got into double figures. But you need more than just 3 guys scoring for you if you're going to win at this level.
Yeah.
When you look at Marion Local, they put 5 guys into the scoring column. 4 of the 5 were in double figures. So this ball game really comes down to a couple of things. As teams, Marion Local jumped out to a quick 10-point lead, and that's pretty much where they held things for the rest of the game, and that was huge that first quarter.
We were talking in the break. It's kind of like what Crawford did in the regional, where they threw the first punch, got out to that lead, and then it went punch for punch the rest of the way. They withstood it. This time, it was Marion Local that threw the first punch, got that lead, and then withstood the runs by Crawford to pull away late.
And it was Colonel Crawford being held 22 points below their season offensive average. They averaged 60 points a ball game, only got 38 tonight. While the Flyers averaged 56, they got 52 tonight. So they were more accustomed to playing the game they wanted to play tonight. They really did a job defensively on Colonel Crawford, and nothing to hang your head about. Colonel Crawford came out and they battled. They played hard all night long. They will drop to 25-2 on the season. Best season in school history, making it to the state semifinal. So congratulations to Dave Sheldon. Another great season, perfect in the end, 10 at 14-0. Just a little short, but hey, they got to this level. Now let's see if they can push it one more.
They got a lot returning next season. They're only losing Lucas Foy, Caden Bruner, and that's it. Oh, also Logan Goddard and Brady Hill as well. So they're losing those 4, but you get the DeGrays back, you get Weissman back, you get Holt back for a team that, you know, they can get back here.
Those are the key
next
pieces.
Year. Also, they shot 37.8% from the field, a team that usually shoots 51%. That's just a good defense by Marion Local.
How many block shots did we have tonight for Marion Local?
They have
too?
5. They had 5 down there. Crawford had 2. Might have been more like 7.
It felt like 7 or 8, and it felt like about 6 of those came against Payne DeGray because he was having a real tough time down low on the post against Niekamp. Niekamp just swatted shot after shot back away, but I'll tell you what, Payne DeGray just kept battling all night. 15 points for him in a losing cause.
All right, we're going to take another break, and then we'll get to our MVP interview here in a bit. But we'll be back with the MVP interview and then to wrap things up here for Game 1 of 2 from Bowling Green.
One shot can change everything. Witness history right here on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Buzzer beaters, underdogs, and upsets. We capture every unforgettable moment on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
here with our Baker's Pizza MVP. It is Austin Niekamp, leading scorer in today's victory for Marion Local, 52-38 over Colonel Crawford. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 assists, and a steal. First of all, congratulations, Austin. A bit of a slow start for you. 2 free throws at the beginning of the second quarter, but then things turned on. What just switched on for you to take off from there?
It was big to see one go through the rim.
Yeah.
Getting 2 free throws, knocking them both down. Hit a 3 in there. You know, that DeGray, he was huge.
Yeah.
Like, I knew he was big, but I didn't know how thick and physical he really was.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Yeah. You guys battled back and forth all night. What a battle you guys had. 17-7 was that first quarter. That's pretty much the difference in this game. What was the game plan coming in here? Was it just throw the first punch and then just go back and forth, or what were you guys thinking?
Really, like Coach said in the interview in there, like all year long, we've gotten off to a fast start. It was huge. Ryan had, I think, 9 in the first quarter. He had 2
big threes, yeah.
Huge first quarter. It was good just to get a lead, and we've been pretty good keeping leads all year.
I know you're going to play basketball at Malone. Congratulations on going to the next level, but you still have one more game. Just thoughts, you know, we think Marion Local as a football school, you just blew out one of our teams, Hillsdale, in the state championship game. You knocked off another one of our teams in Colonel Crawford, but still, what does this just do for the school, knowing that, you know, you have players that are used to playing in big games like these?
It's awesome. Like the school, whenever I was a 5th grader, the 2018 team won it, and that was awesome. And just with football, like I'm not a football guy. I play golf, and just having having a chance to play in a state championship, it means the world to me. Like for the last probably 10 years, I went to all the finals games with my dad, and just being like to have the chance to play in one of those is awesome.
That's awesome. All right, lastly, as always, you want to look all the way up there at our camera. Shout out as many people as you want. Yeah, give the wave. Go for it, my friend.
Shout out Grandma Niekamp, Grandma and Grandpa Busher, Kylie, Mom, Dad, all my teammates, all my coaches, especially you, Coach Wbco-Wqel. Shout out just the whole Marion community for coming out here. It was awesome.
There you go. Tonight's MVP, Austin Niekamp. Marion Local is going to play for a state championship next Saturday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to be entering its 2nd year of media sponsorship for local nonprofits.
We've partnered with Crawford County Now to offer nonprofits a podcast and a radio spot.
First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here to wrap things up from the Stroh Center, game number 1 of 2 that we're doing tonight. Arlington and Russia just hanging around, stretching out on the floor until the 30-minute mark when they can start warming up. But we will have that game for you coming up. Also, we will have the full video of that after the end of the full video of this game right here. But Colonel Crawford, what a season for this squad. 4 or 5 starters, juniors. They will be back next year. You got to think Crawford, one of the favorites to get back to this position, but the team that they had this year, great. What a great effort. Also have to shout out seniors Caden Bruner, Logan Goddard, Brady Hill, and Lucas Foy, some key contributors off the bench and starting for the Eagles. Crawford finishes the season 25-2. Marion Local will play for a Division VI state championship next Saturday, 2 o'clock. At UD Arena. As of right now, they might be facing Monroe Central. They are up by 10 in the second quarter against Kirtland. We will have a highlight of that for you next weekend. But that'll do it from here. I want to thank everybody who helped make things possible today. Lynn Passett, great job as always on my color commentary. He'll be back for game 2. Adam Thompson running the 1s and 2s. Brandon Powell, as always, on the camera for our delayed stream. And our sponsors, First Federal Community Bank, scoreboard sponsor. Baker's Pizza, our MVP sponsor. Neuromuscular Therapy, our free throw sponsor. Burkhart's Farm Center, pre-halftime, post-game sponsor. Old 30 Barbecue, our instant replay sponsor. And BS Media Productions as well. Also want to thank First Federal Community Bank and Wbco-Wqel for being our commercial sponsors. I want to thank the fine folks here at the Stroh Center, as well as the OHSAA for allowing us to be here live and free. You know the Eagles, they'll be back next year. We'll be there with them when they do. But for now, we'll take a break and be back for game number 2 here in a bit.